Get more for your business with Northwest Registered Agent. They help you launch an LLC for just $39 plus state fees, while helping protect your identity by keeping your home address private. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit northwestregisteredagent.com/paidofd and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at northwestregisteredagent.com/paidofd. Running a business online? Instantly build trust with your customers with a domain and matching professional email from GoDaddy so people know you mean business. And there's never been a better time. Visit godaddy.com/GD now and you can get a domain and professional email plan for just 99 cents a month for 1 year. That's a little price for a lot of credibility. Choose the domain that's right for you and a professional email to match. Go to godaddy.com/GD now and look legit. That's godaddy.com/GD now. New customer purchases only. Products auto-renew separately. See terms on site. This is Optimal Finance Daily. The value of growing your career is worth millions more than I thought, by ESI of esimoney.com. Anyone who's read or listened to ESI Money for more than 15 seconds knows I'm a fan of growing your career and thus your income. It's one of the keys that's allowed me to retire early and a vital part of the E or earning in ESI. That's why I write posts like 2 huge reasons why your career matters, which highlights that 1, your career is your biggest financial asset worth millions of dollars. And 2, if you take the right steps, you can make it worth millions more. And then I followed that up with the post, How to Manage Your Career to Make Millions More, to tell you how to make the most of your career. In the first post, I said, quote, even if you only earn 1% more than average, you end up with over $1 million more. And if you do a bit better than that, you can literally earn millions more during your lifetime, end quote. Based on this, I regularly say that growing your career could earn you an extra $1 million or more over your working lifetime. Turns out I severely underestimated. Career value. Let's begin in estimating the value of a career. Let's assume a starting salary of $40,000, 3% pay raises per year, and a 45-year career. Given these, this person will earn just over $3.7 million during their working career. If the other 2 assumptions hold steady, but he averages 4% pay increases per year, he earns over $4.8 million during his career. Carrying on a bit, a 5% average nets almost $6.4 million, and a 6% yields $8.5 million. So you see how managing your career to eke out an extra % or 2 is well worth the effort? Extra earning is the tip of the iceberg. But these numbers are just the straight impact of a percentage applied over 45 years. What I forgot to do is add in the value of the extra money each year and what it would be worth if invested. So let's compare 3% average raises versus 4% raises. In year 10, Mr. 3% makes $52,000, while Mr. 4% makes almost $57,000. That's a difference of $5,000. What if Mr. 4% took that money and invested it for the next 35 years? And what if he did that for every year where he earned more than Mr. 3%? That would probably add up to a significant amount, right? Well, I ran the numbers and here are the results. At an 8% return, it's $3.2 million. So an extra 1% in earnings nets Mr. 4% an extra $1 million over Mr. 3%. If Mr. 4% invests that difference at 8%, he ends up with $3.2 million more instead. Now, some fuss budgets may say that 8% isn't sustainable. So here are the results at various rates of return. At 5%, it's an extra $2 million. At 7%, it's an extra $2.7 million. And at 10%, it's an extra $4.7 million. And remember, this is just the 1% difference in earnings. If the difference was higher, the results would be much higher. Here are the numbers at an 8% annual return. A 1% difference in salary invested at 8% for 45 years yields an extra $3.2 million. A 2% difference in salary invested at 8% for 45 years yields an extra $7.3 million. And a 3% difference in salary invested at 8% for 45 years yields an extra $12.4 million. This assumes that the guy earning more keeps his lifestyle the same as the other guy, which probably won't happen. But with an extra $12.4 million available, he can have some lifestyle increase and have plenty left over. Of course, there are lots of variables. The amount you earn over average, the years you work, the starting salary, and the investment rate. They all work together to impact the final number. But the general conclusion stands. If you can grow your income faster than average, most people, and invest the difference at a reasonable rate over a working lifetime, or even any decent length of time, the difference is amazing and worth millions. The problem. And yet, here's my problem with this issue. When I write about growing your career, taking steps to earning more, and being more financially independent as a result, you know what I get? Crickets chirping. Sure, there are a few high-power corporate type ESI money readers that add their great comments and encouragement, but the career posts here are usually among the least read. I can tell by the traffic generated. Why is that? Is it that people think if they just worked harder, they'll get ahead? Is it because most people are so exhausted from jobs that suck the life out of them that they can't bear to think about putting more effort into their careers? Is it because people think there's nothing they can do to grow their careers? Is it because people think my tips stink? Or something else? Because the facts are clear. If you plug along and are willing to accept average for your career or income, you're potentially missing out on millions of extra dollars during your lifetime. You just listened to the post titled, "The Value of Growing Your Career is Worth Millions More Than I Thought" by ESI of esimoney.com.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
You know you want to start a business. What you may not know is how to make it a reality. GoDaddy Arrow's got you. It uses AI to help you find the domain name that's right for you. Next, answer a few prompts, and with a couple of clicks, Arrow will design a professional-looking website or storefront in minutes. Arrow can even help you stay engaged with your customers. Just attach a professional email that matches your domain. With GoDaddy Arrow, you can build a business without having to know a thing about this stuff. Just visit GoDaddy.com to get started. That's GoDaddy.com. Premium features require paid subscription. See terms on site. It's pretty common knowledge that the best way to increase your income is job hopping. But changing jobs is such a big decision. And while hopping around might be an effective strategy for increasing your salary, I'm not sure it's wise to change jobs solely for more money, especially if you like your job and you're comfortable with your savings rate. I spent 9 years with my last employer, and while I did see my salary double in the time I was there, I was definitely underpaid. But for a long time, I really enjoyed my work, and I worked up to a 60% savings rate, so it wasn't like I really needed to increase my income. When times were good, I saw my relationship with my employer as a huge asset on my path to financial independence. The longer I was there, the more flexibility and autonomy I had over my work. After about 5 years, I was granted a 2-month leave of absence to go walk the Camino in Spain, and I was permitted to work remotely before this was the norm. I don't think I would have been able to negotiate these kinds of perks without a long-term history of strong work performance. When it comes to full-time employment, I felt that I hit the jackpot because I didn't feel the kind of restriction on my time and energy that pushes many people to pursue financial independence and quit their jobs. However, when that dynamic changed, I was in the financial position to walk away and explore a new way of working with self-employment. Cal Newport wrote a great book called So Good They Can't Ignore You, where he talks about building up career capital. Become so good at what you do that you can then trade in career capital for autonomy. And when you have a good level of autonomy over your work and time, consider not trading that in for more money. More money at that point will have very little effect over your quality of life. That brings us to the end for today, though. Thanks so much for listening all the way through, and I'll catch you tomorrow on our next episode where your optimal life awaits.